Hey guys, welcome to another review, and here's my review for the movie Morbius. Morbius stars Jared Leto, Matt Smith, Jared Harris, and Tyrese Gibson. And this is a Marvel movie. I don't think it's linked with the MCU, or is it? Only time will tell. No. This movie is about Morbius. Morbius, the vampire, who is like a Spider-Man villain, if you're very familiar with Morbius and stuff, and it's about Dr. Morbius, and he has this like blood disorder, and he wants to do an experiment to save himself so he can save others from this horrible disease he's suffering from. So he ends up curing it, but it comes at a bad curse. He becomes a vampire. And the story is about him trying to cure himself from the evil darkness within him. And he's also supposed to like survive as this night walker or day walker vampire and stuff. And yeah, it's just a Morbius movie, a generic science fiction fantasy film made by sort of Marvel. But no, not really. But it's like in the same like vein as Venom and shit like that. The movie is directed by Daniel Espinosa. The guy who did Child 44, Life, and Safe House. He's just very good at making like generic films. And Morbius is not just like another generic film of his. This is a game changer for the worst. This movie is fucking garbage. This movie, Morbius, is the worst film I've seen so far this year. And the worst film this filmmaker has made, and it's just disgusting to look at. It's just such an ugly, ugly movie. It is so horribly made. And yeah, we got Wieners. She has something to say too. She don't like the movie either. Okay, okay. Um, it's a terrible film. Morbius does everything. I mean, everything wrong. Jared Leto is a terrible actor in this movie. I never thought Jared Leto was always a good actor, anyways, but I always thought he was a bit overrated. But he is dreadful in the movie as Dr. Morbius. He is just the most wooden performance he's ever given, and he's very good at giving wooden performances, but he is just fucking god awful in this film. Everybody's god awful in this film. And the story is horribly paced. The action is some of the worst action scenes ever. This is some of the worst action I've seen since Fan Force Stick 2015. The editing is bad. The shaky cam is just obnoxious. The lighting, the visual effects are god awful. It feels like a 2003 movie. Like it's it feels like it belongs in those like Marvel Fox movies that came out in the 2000s, like Daredevil and Fantastic Four and stuff like that. It feels like one of those movies. Like it really feels it looks like it, and it just feels like it'd be like a part of that universe and stuff. But even those movies were just like so bad they were kind of entertaining. This one was just fucking boring and just a chore to sit through. And yeah, I did not like a single thing about this movie. The music was so bad. The directing, I have no idea what the hell he was trying to do with this movie. This movie has like a $75 million budget, and it feels like it's like a $10 million film. It's just so ugly looking. The lighting is awful. There's so many scenes like I can't even see what the fuck's going on. You're distracting. I'm in the middle of a review. This is not the Winnie Show. Yeah, don't give me that look. She's trying to steal the show away from me. She's trying to take my channel away from me. Anyways, what was I saying? You're distracting me. They also put like Tyrese Gibson in this movie as an agent, and like, come on now. That's a joke of itself. Like a talented actor like Jared Harris is just not even good in this film. Like they got like classy British actors like Jared Harris and Matt Smith, and they're both just not good. I feel like they're just not even giving a fuck. They just like wave the check and like just say a few lines. It's a silly little movie. The ending is so anticlimactic. I'm like, oh, Is it over? Oh, okay. The credits, the mid-credit thing, is almost like a fuck you to the audience too. Just, I feel like this entire movie is like a fuck you. It's like a troll movie or something. Like nothing. This movie builds to nothing, and the story leads to nothing, and the character development leads to nothing. This movie's like a big just nothing. And I don't think they're gonna make any more. I don't think they'll connect this movie with anything because this movie's doing so bad. No one wants to see this movie. Don't give two fucks about Morbius, and I'm on that bandwagon too. This movie's fucking garbage. It's so bad, and I knew this movie was gonna be bad from the trailers. The trailers looked like shit, but it's really fucking bad. And again, I wish I could say it's like so bad it's entertaining because I love movies like that sometimes, like Daredevil and those like Fantastic Four movies in the early 2000s. Like those are bad films, but they're like so enjoyably bad. They're like kind of funny how bad they are. This one is just boring and generic, and it's just a slog to sit through. And it's only like an hour and 45 minutes, but it feels like 2.5 hours because it's so stale and dark and grimy, and just there's nothing happening. It's boring. It's stupid. It makes no sense. Just the camera angles and the shots were giving me a headache. The music was so bad too. Just everything. This movie is just an absolute failure all across the board, and it just yeah, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I understand why critics hate it. I'm not always on the critics' side, but I get it this time. Morbius is a piece of fucking shit. Yeah, it's not good. I don't recommend it, but no one's seeing this movie. No one's seeing this movie anyways. But you know, that's my 2 cents, I guess. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Morbius a 1 out of 10. It's fucking terrible. Don't see it. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me what are your thoughts and opinions on Morbius. Is this a movie you were looking forward to? Are you in the minority and you actually like this movie? Curious to know. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.